You've seen them everywhere, right? Especially when things go wrong. Those ads promising help. But have you ever really stopped to think about how they work? Today we're going to pull one apart. Using the text from a legal ad aimed at truck accident victims, we're going to deconstruct the powerful formula it uses to get your attention, build a compelling case, and ultimately get you to act.
Okay, let's dive right in. The ad doesn't ease you in. It starts with a jolt. This line right here is all about emotional impact. It's specifically designed to tap into a really deep-seated fear, the idea that your entire world can just be shattered in an instant. The goal is super simple. Make you stop what you're doing, catch your breath, and listen up.
And just like that, there's the pivot. The focus immediately shifts from the accident, which was something totally out of your control, to what happens next, which the ad suggests you can control. This question is just so effective because it raises the stakes immediately. It's basically telling you that your future isn't just about what happened, it's about the choices you're about to make. And here comes the hook. The ad shifts gears from that emotional gut punch to a really tangible promise. By putting a number on it, thousands of dollars, it frames this whole thing not as just an ad, but as a potential investment in your future. All of a sudden, listening feels like a smart financial move, doesn't it? So, the stage is set. You're feeling emotional. You understand the high stakes, and you know there's serious money on the line. Now, the ad is ready to introduce the central conflict. And it does this by revealing a villain you might not have been expecting.
First things first, the ad makes a really crucial distinction. A simple car crash is not the same as a massive truck crash. Now, why do this? Well, it elevates the problem. By highlighting these things, the massive vehicles, the powerful corporations, the life-altering consequences, it reinforces this idea that this is not something you can just handle on your own. This requires a specialist.
And there it is. This is the big reveal, the moment that really stirs the pot. The ad takes an entity we all know, the insurance company, and just flips the script. All of a sudden, they're not your friend. This creates this really powerful us versus them dynamic, and it positions the ad as the secret, insider knowledge you need to protect yourself from a hidden enemy.
I mean, this slide just lays it out perfectly, doesn't it? Your goal is to get better and get fair compensation. Their goal is to pay you as little as they can get away with. The ad presents this as a direct opposition, like there's no middle ground here. It's basically a zero-sum game, which makes the need for someone in your corner feel incredibly urgent. So now that we have a bad guy, the ad shows you exactly what happens when you face them alone. It hones in on a very specific fear, people settling for way less than they deserve, just because they don't know any better. This just reinforces the value of this secret the ad is offering and really plays on that fear of being taken advantage of. And this is where they really turn the screw. That single, stark number 1 on the slide is such a powerful visual. The message is crystal clear. You only get one shot at this. The decision you make is permanent. There are absolutely no do-overs. And that creates this immense pressure to make the right choice right now.
Okay, so the ad has laid out the problem, it's shown you the high stakes, and it's even given you a villain. So, what comes next? Well, the hero, of course. The narrative now pivots to introduce the solution, the advocate who can guide you through this mess.
Let's be honest, the legal world can seem pretty overwhelming and confusing, and this slide tackles that head-on. By breaking down what a lawyer does into 4 simple steps, investigate, collect, deal, fight, the ad makes the whole process seem strategic and, honestly, manageable. It reframes the lawyer from some complex, scary necessity into a project manager for your recovery. So we know the how, but what about the what? What exactly is this advocate fighting to get for you? The ad now shifts from the process to the prize. And this is where that vague promise of compensation starts to feel very, very real. Just look at this list. Medical bills, lost paychecks, a wrecked car, and even the emotional toll of it all. These aren't just legal terms. They are the actual, real-world burdens a victim is carrying. Listing them out like this lets the viewer mentally tick off the boxes in their own head. Now this right here, this is a masterful move. The ad goes ahead and dismantles the single biggest objection anyone might have, which is, how in the world could I afford a lawyer? This no-win, no-fee guarantee completely removes all the financial risk. It just makes the decision to reach out for help incredibly easy. So, the argument's been made, the solution has been presented, and the biggest objection has been handled. There's really only one part left in this persuasive formula, telling the audience exactly what they need to do next. And here it is, the final push. This call to action is just perfectly crafted.
Don't wait creates that sense of urgency. Free consultation removes all the risk. It's a low-barrier, high-urgency instruction designed to turn someone who's just watching into someone who's actually picking up the phone.
And of course, you always see this at the end, right? The essential legal disclaimer. And yeah, it's there to protect the ad's creator, but it also cleverly frames the entire message as helpful, educational content. It's information, not advice. And that's a subtle but really important distinction that still pushes you toward talking to a professional.
And look at that, the ad ends by circling right back to its core theme. It leaves you not with a sales pitch, but with a question. By framing it this way, it forces you to think about that central conflict of trust and advocacy and really consider, who can you truly rely on when everything is on the line?